We just got news reporting a motorcycle crash involving a young, inexperienced kid supposedly riding his bike in some very harsh conditions.
I used to think freedom was something you find far away, on a mountain, on a road, somewhere you've never been before. But I think freedom is just remembering who you were before the world told you who to be. Growing up, my parents chose adventures over things. They took me camping, traveling, sometimes halfway across the world. As a kid, I might have not realized it, but those moments were shaping something inside of me. A thirst for the unknown, a curiosity for the world. Then I grew up. School, deadlines, responsibilities, adulthood. And somewhere along the way, that explorer child in me got buried. So I made a promise to myself to get out of the rut, to get uncomfortable. 7,000 kilometers, solo, on my motorcycle. This is the story of how I felt stuck and decided to do something about it. Let's rewind. Okay, maybe not that long ago. 2 years ago, without telling anyone, I signed up for my motorcycle permit. I started with a sports bike, but it didn't last long. I think I was striving for something more. So I switched to an adventure motorcycle, and then an idea appeared in my head. My parents rode long before I was born, and seeing pictures of those trips around the house growing up clearly planted a seed in my head. I guess I just had to catch up. I was gonna go through the US, across New Brunswick, up to Nova Scotia, and ultimately to Newfoundland. All that and back home, alone, with barely any riding experience. Alright, so I just arrived in the United States. First camping spot, first night. The thing is, I'm gonna try to set this tent up, and I never used it. I bought it like a year back, and I never got the chance to try it. So now I brought this for 30 days. So hopefully it works. Alright, so it just started to rain, but I got the whole setup here, like everything's in that tent. Like, I haven't even packed my sleeping bag yet, and I hope it doesn't rain more than that. Yeah, I'm gonna try to unpack everything quick, get it on a motorcycle, and get going. Something's wrong. Something's just wrong. Well, guess what? I already have it flat. There's supposed to be a dealership, like motorcycle repair shop and dealership in Bangor, the city in Maine that's like 10 miles from here, so it's not that far. So I can just drive this 10 mile really carefully and go there, but they're able to do it on the spot, so 200 USD later, I'm gonna have hopefully a spare tire in about an hour or two and get back on the road, because I'm supposed to go up to New Brunswick, which is like 3-4 hours away today. So luckily I was able to get back on the road pretty quick, but at the same time rain started pouring down. I was now realizing how vulnerable you feel when you're on a motorcycle. You feel every weather, the sun, the wind, but also the rain. Alright, so the rain was not too bad, but it got a little bit worse, and I am literally drenched. And the thing is, I'm in the middle of nowhere. I have to go 100 miles that way or 100 miles that way to find even just a remote, like a gas station where I could just like dry up. Yep, day 2 is going well. All right, 2 hours under the rain, and genius of me, I didn't think I would need those rain pants, and now I'm completely drenched. We got a flat tire, had the chance to change it, and then got soaked. If there's one good news is that we just made it to the border of New Brunswick. It's about 15 miles down the road, so we should get to destination tonight. Arriving in New Brunswick was a breath of fresh air. It gave me a little bit of hope. I booked a motel to dry up a little bit, and I went to put some gas in the bike. Visibility was getting very low. The fog kept rising up, and it was hard to see even 5 meters in front of me. Right behind me here, we're supposed to see the ocean, which we don't. Day 3 going well, still a lot of rain. The worst part is that I'm going camping in a tent for 2 nights. The fog was getting very intense. The pavement was slippery and wet, and things were getting a little bit stressful. I just crashed. Yeah. Like just a slight curve. I wasn't going too fast, so thank God I'm well. But because of the rain, I tried to slow down my speed before the curve that appeared out of nowhere, out of the mist. And while braking, the bike just tipped over and crashed over like 4 or 5 meters. Thankfully, there was a couple that they stopped right away and they helped me calm down and they helped me get the bike up. So it's back in shape, maybe not looking as good, but it's back on the ready to go back on the road. At least the rain stopped after I crashed. Not much on the bike. I also completely shattered the sleeve of my rain cover. That's why I removed it. The adrenaline got pumping, but I think I'm good. The bike seems good, looks good, but I'm honestly really doubting if I'm ever gonna make it to Newfoundland and back. Day 2 got a flat. Day 3 I crashed. Even with the setback, I hopped back on the bike and I made it to Fundy's Bay National Park, where I would spend the next 2 nights. Very young, I learned that however deep in the shit you think you are, you can figure out a way to get out of it. Just woke up in the tent, feeling pretty good. Physical pain a couple of places, especially in my neck from sleeping in that, well, with the gear I have. I got very cold tonight, and it's supposed to be colder tomorrow night, and there's supposed to be a lot of rain tomorrow night, but I'll have to be more prepared. Aftermath of the crash, So if there's one thing I learned while camping, is that duct tape can fix anything. This was the first time I had 2 days in the same place. I took some time to roam around, explore, and have some fun. On day 5, I rode the whole day to make it to Peggy's Cove, Nova Scotia, where I would spend the next 2 days. Things were getting good. It felt good to finally get some sun, and I was getting pretty quick at setting up the tent. However, I couldn't help starting to feel a little bit alone. Can't help but waking up this morning and feeling like I'm missing home, missing friends, missing family. It's only been a week, but it feels like I've lived so much during this week, and I was always thinking about the next move. Where do I sleep? What do I eat? So since I always had something to think about, now that I'm waking up with like basically nothing to do today and like no weather to prepare for, well, I feel actual loneliness creeping in, right? As soon as we get moving and see things and do stuff, I feel like that feeling is gonna fade. So let's have a good day. That night I met 2 very interesting people, and we decided to make a campfire together. This small moment of human connection was exactly what I needed. I went back on the road to reach Cap Breton. And I spent the whole day calling and trying to find a motel where I could rest that wasn't already fully booked. For the next 2 days, I camped and explored around Cap Breton Island. The roads there were unlike anything I had ever seen.
Give me a black motorcycle, give me playback on a vinyl and some cheap aviators from 60.
felt free for the first time.
Indian back, give me a black motorcycle. We damn sure know where we've been, but we don't know where.
On day 10, I arrived in North Sydney, where I would take the overnight ferry that would take me to Newfoundland. I waited with George, another very kind motorcyclist I met there, that was also waiting for the same ferry. Going into this night on the boat, I felt anxious and scared, but at the same time, I was so excited for what was to come. We arrived in Newfoundland right before sunrise, and since Newfoundland is known for its moose roaming around the roads, me and every other motorcyclist on the boat did the only logical thing possible. We waited for sunrise in the one and only Tim Horton that was open. And then, as soon as the sun rose over the horizon, we parted ways and hit the road. Even if it was freezing cold and I was running on barely 2 hours of sleep, this moment felt magical. I had absolutely no plan once I reached Newfoundland. I wanted to explore and feel the freedom, let the wind guide me. So that's exactly what I did.
Slow down, there's nothing to get you, can always turn it around. Oh, I shouldn't have met you, I only let you down. All night, in your bedroom, my thoughts were thinking loud. Oh, I shouldn't have met you, I shouldn't have left you.
That night, I met a guy named André. We talked for a while and we even watched the sunset together. André was passionate about birds, motorcycling, and just life in general. I can't explain why, but like for everyone else I met on this journey, I felt like crossing paths with André was just meant to happen. By day 15, I felt ready for a challenge. I wanted to see the real wilderness. And Newfoundland is full of ATV and off-road trails, so that's where I went.
Hold on, let me finish. Back there, I lost myself again. Maybe I tried and died 1,000 times over. Only time will tell. It'll be over. It's never over. Now I let my feelings in. It won't be over. It's never over. Now I let myself begin loving you.
I had never in my life felt so small, completely surrounded by wilderness. On day 16, I rode all the way across Newfoundland to reach Twillingate, which would be my last destination. Slowly, I was really starting to be comfortable with myself, with riding, and with being alone. I just officially reached the furthest point I'll be going from home. I'm currently 2,263 kilometers from Montreal, and I feel proud of myself. You know, I feel proud of myself. Didn't even know if I would make it to Newfoundland, and now we're here, more than 2,000 kilometers from home. I'm proud of myself. I made it, man. We made it. We fucking made it. Before heading back home on the ferry, I took 3 nights to rest in Corner Brook, Newfoundland. I spent 2 of those days at the garage because I had problems on the bike. I had to change my chain, and I even got a second flat on my rear tire the day right before I had to take the ferry back out of Newfoundland.
Yeah, it's not your...
Yet, somehow, those problems seemed smaller to me than they did at the beginning of this trip. I felt more at peace with the ups and downs. After the ferry, I felt like I wanted to challenge myself for a last time. So the next day, I rode 14 hours, 1,300 kilometers, and I made it home the same night. I don't want to be the guy saying this trip changed my life, but I would be lying to myself if I said it didn't.